you give me your reaction, okay? Because if we know anything about Matt Rhule, he is confident.
We're going to absolutely murder you.
Confident.
I think we have a pretty good team. I have a quiet confidence about where we are headed.
Is that Matt Rhule?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I think he's just reading.
Is it this year? I think it is. Is it next year? Definitely. What do we think?
Give it to Kyle.
What do we think, guys?
I feel like you're taking a small quote of what the whole conversation. I think if you listen to Matt Rhule, the entire conversation with Joel Klatt, he is talking about how excited he is for this year. And he thinks that we're going to win a lot of football games. I think he reiterated that multiple times through the interview. So I think looking at that little thing, going back to putting the hand up, I think that would make me feel a little sad. Like, oh, I have to wait till next year to make a bowl game.
Is it this year? Is it next year?
But just listening to that interview in general, I think Matt Rhule had like an extra like pep in his step. I think he let his guard down a little bit with Joel Klatt because when he talked quarterbacks, that was the first time that he really went into talking about Dylan as the guy, kind of. He didn't bring up the other quarterbacks like he always does. He always brings up the other guys. And this is the one time where I think he just felt comfortable and he let his guard down a little bit. I bet in a couple weeks at Big Ten Media Days, I'm sure he will be back. Guard will be up talking about, he's got a lot of good quarterbacks to be the quarterback this year, all that stuff. But I just feel like Matt was very excited about what he thinks his team can do this year. And that's what I take away from that little snippet of the whole entire thing.
Sure.
Yeah. Mike, I think you nailed that. Like, for me, listening to that interview with Joel Klatt, it certainly felt like Matt Rhule is in a position where he's no dummy. We've brought it up on this podcast before. And he talked about Dylan Raiola elevating the play of others. Mm-hmm. If you just had 5% better quarterback play last year, you're going bowling. Looking at 7 wins. You just needed 5% better. And I just don't think he's just no dummy, right? Joel Klatt's hyping him up. He's saying, I really like your team. I really like where it's headed. All this other stuff. And Matt Rhule finally is just like, yeah, man. Like, I like it too. Because he knows the weakest link is, albeit a freshman from last year. He's got a freshman quarterback this year. And I just think he understands that it's just going to be better overall quarterback play. And that should lead to many
Hold on,
wins.
a few more.
More wins.
A few more
wins.
A handful.
Yeah.
Keep that thing in your pants there.
All of the wins.